I'm going to present about the motivation and emotion. Motivation and emotion theory. Why we do what we do. How can we change what we do? In emotion, why do we feel the way we feel? How can we change what we change? So, in emotional question, what is the best way to deal with the feelings of anger? So, 36.4% take a time out. So, take a time out to do something they enjoy. 27.3% they will use humor to release tension. 18.2% they forgive whom giving a feelings of anger. So 9.1% for a consulting my best friend spending time with the parents. So talking to someone they trust about how their feelings can take a weight off their shoulder as well as their mind. So the question number 7 we can see I keep my emotion to myself. So there are many different type of emotion that have an influence on how we live and interact with others. At times it may seem like we are ruled by a emotion, the choice we make, the action we take, the perception we were experiencing at the given moment. So psychologists have also tried to identify the different type of emotion that people experience. Emotion can be combined to form different feelings, much like color can be mixed to create other shades. So we can see the type of basic emotion. Red color is happiness, blue is sadness, yellow is fear, green is disgust, purple is anger, pink is surprise. So we can see now the bar chart to the question number 7, I keep my emotion to myself. So we can see 18.2% only yes at the all. So 45.5% they say no, I will share with my friends and family. So like talking to someone they trust about their feelings. So 36.4% they will share at time but they are not going in my mind. So motivation is not that I'm lazy, it's that I just don't care. Achievement and motivation. Intrinsic motivator. Rewards we get internally such as enjoyment for satisfaction. Intrinsic motivation. Rewards that we get for accomplishment from outside ourselves, grades or money. Work great in short run. So we can see now the motivation survey respondents. From response chart question number title 8, do you regularly set goals and objectives to achieve your vision for your life? So here we can see 63.6% the respondent says always. So 27 3 point is sometimes. So 0.1% only respondents say as never. So this motivation is intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation agree propose. The most respondents are think, plan and act. So we can see always at a bar chart.
Personal development skills can be soft or technical skills. Select which skills to develop by performing a self-analysis on your areas for improvement and necessary skills to advance in your career or industry. Focus on transferable skills that make you a competitive candidate in any job. We have asked the participants regarding this. The question goes like this. You believe that if you work hard while applying abilities and talents, you will be successful. The total of participants answered this question is 10. 80% of them answered often, while 20% of them answered sometimes. Next, the goal of dreaming big is to create a better life for yourself and others. Imagine endless possibilities for your life, your career, your family, and the world. We have asked the participant regarding this too. The question is, you create a vivid and powerful vision of your future success before embarking a new goal. 50% of them answered often, while the other 50% answered sometimes. In this current situation, how will you describe yourself? 10% of the participants answered fearful and anxious. 20% answered lonely and isolated. 30% answered happy and contented, while the other 40% answered loved and blissful. In this question, most of the participants feel loved and blissful. How is your lockdown period going on? This is the second question. 10% of the participants answered you. Another 10% answered quite depressing being alone, while the other 20% answered pretty boring and clueless. And the remaining 60% answered happy to spend time with the family. Most of them are really feeling happy to spend time with their family, which is actually a good thing. The third question is, how much of time during the past month have you felt peaceful and calm? 10% of the participants answered never, 40% answered always, while the other 50% answered sometimes. So the majority of the participants are feeling neutral. Yeah, we can put that way. The fourth question is, how much of the time during the past month have you felt so down that nothing could cheer you up? 30% answered never, while the other 70% answered sometimes. Fifth question is, are you feel stressed of your responsibility as of now? 20% answered no, I feel free. 30% answered yes, very much. And 50% answered kind of, but I can manage. Wow, great.
So, for the next question, we asked if they think positively about setting goals and making sure their needs are met. 50% of them said often, 40% of them said sometimes, and 10% of them said not at all. This means that only half of them thinks that it's motivating to set the goals that drives them to their goal. And they think positive and making sure that they are doing something to work towards that goal. Next, we asked what they think is the main source of motivation for them. 50% of them said parents, friends, teachers, and the other 50% said self-motivation. This means that half of them feels the pressure from parents, friends, or teachers, and that expects them to do good, which motivates them enough to drive them to study harder, gain good grades. And the other is self-motivation, which could be like, okay, I need to do this for myself, I need to work hard so it'll be good for me, I'm gonna earn something better if I work hard at this. No one selected no one, which means there's always a source that motivates you to do good. For the next question, we asked what are some of the achievements they're proud of. Securing the first rank, 50% of them chose that, and 20% chose representing the school, university at national level. That's really impressive. 30% of them said getting a job promotion. All of these can make a person satisfied and content, and this would drive them to be even more motivated to do better. We asked them to rate their current life based on their satisfaction. 50% of them chose very satisfied, 30% chose just a 2, and 10% chose 3, and 10% chose 4. 0% chose 1, so I guess that's good. We also asked them how they would rate their motivation level, how motivated they are. 50% again chose a very motivated, they rated it a 5. 10% chose 1, which means they're very less motivated. and 20% chose 2 and 3. Nobody chose 4. So, to conclude, based on the survey, most of the participants who are satisfied with their life has a higher motivation, and majority of them also believes that often setting goals helps them to feel motivated to make sure their needs are met. For example, when you are studying for an exam but you find it difficult, you might take a day off from schoolwork, and you might even work harder the next day to make up for the effort so that you score well in the exam. For example, when we are dieting, we may be more likely to have a binge on a day that our scale says we met our prior day's goals. And for example, we're lonely, the motivation to be around other people is aroused, and when we try to socialize. And according to Sigmund Freud, in most cases, our emotions and motivations operate out of our awareness to guide our behavior. At other times, lack of motivation may cause you to procrastinate. We all procrastinate at some point, but don't do it too much. And the more you procrastinate, the less motivated you feel. In this case, improving your motivation to get work done can help you feel better and perform better. Research shows that self-compassion is actually much more motivating, especially if you are struggling with adversities. So this concludes our presentation. That would be all. Thank you.